don't even know where to start. There are a lot of parts of my hair that I absolutely love, and then there are parts that I just don't like. There are parts that are scary. I'm just shocked that I was able to even get it this bright, this light, but it was not, you know, what I was expecting. I ended up with some red in my hair, so there's like red, orangey, gold colors in here. There were parts where I completely missed because my goal was to leave some dark in my hair, but obviously it's not working with this. So I'm gonna go back with 30 developer, oh that's 40, and lightener. Very carefully just get the parts that are completely black or dark brown and do those so that I can have a semi-even palette. And then I am going to go a shade darker, not too much darker. It looks really dark on the box, but this is going to come out in a very caramel-like color with hopefully some darker and lighter highlights in there. I already have like highlights in here where, you know, some parts are super light, some parts are not, some parts are orange. And I just feel like I want to keep that dimension. I want to keep the cool like diversity in my hair, but I don't like this color. I think it washes me out, and I think something a little bit darker will look a lot better on my skin tone. One day though, I am going to go lighter. I want to try like not a platinum blonde, but maybe like a sandy beige, like Lotto's color. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. We kind of have similar skin tone, so I think that it would look good on me too, but I'm just afraid to put more bleach on my hair. My hair is very dry right now, and I definitely damaged some of it. I don't think the ends of my hair can take much more, so I'm not gonna put too much, you know, stuff on that. Honestly, I don't even want to touch the reds in my hair. I kind of want to just leave it where it's at. That will actually help fill my hair. It will actually help with, you know, these colors that I'm going to put in it and give it dimension. So I don't think today's going to take me too long, but I didn't think the last ones were going to take me long. Hopefully this is going to be maybe like a few hours, 3-4 hour, you know, fix up here, and we'll see how it goes. All the parts that I do like are these like darker to lighter. So definitely darkening my hair I think will kind of give me the look that I was originally going for. Wait, you guys, it's starting to grow on me. I think the light color is growing on me again. All right, let's just start with, like I said, getting rid of the dark spots, and then I will think about it more. So as I'm going through it, I can see very clearly the reds that are here. I want it to be more even, so I said I was gonna ignore them, but I think what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna go in with the 10 volume and bleach. And then whenever I see like the darker pieces, I will go back and do the 40 volume and bleach for those specific spots. But I gotta get the red out of my hair because I just don't want an uneven palette. I'm definitely gonna have to trim my hair again though.
Okay, so I'm making my two mixtures. One of them has my 40 volume developer, the other has the 10 volume developer, and it's a 2-to-1 with the lightener. At this stage in the game, I felt like I was a pro. It brought me back to my teen years, my young adulthood, when I was constantly coloring and dyeing my hair, which I just love to do, by the way. I love experimenting with my look. I love experimenting with my hair. Yes, I could go to a salon, but this is so much more fun. I was oh so careful not to put the bleach on my ends and not to go too high up. If you can see, it was so hard to brush and comb my hair because it was starting to get matted and dry from all the processing that I've done to it over the past 2 weeks. I was very worried about my hair, so I definitely was checking in on it. I don't have video of me doing that because it would just take too long to do, but I definitely was checking in on it every now and then to make sure my hair was still on my head.
There's a lot more dark hair up here, so I'm going to be using a lot more of the 40 on the top half of my hair. Don't know how that happened, but okay.
This is probably the most stressful thing that I had to do since, like I said, on the bottom, it was pretty light. But this, I had to like literally pull apart strand by strand and try not to re-lighten the already lightened pieces because it could cause breakage. And then it was just really hard to separate the pieces and like put them in the foils. But I tried my best not to mix the different strands so that they wouldn't overprocess.
This side is all done. There was a lot of brown in the back of my head. Oh my gosh. I have one more side. I need to remake my bleach, and then I'll probably take out the back and just check on it. I'm nervous. I hope my hair doesn't fall out. Please pray. Pray, pray, pray. Thank you.
Y'all, after watching back all 3 parts and seeing how much damage I caused my hair just because I didn't do it right the first time really sucks.
All right, my hair is all set. This side has been sitting. Babe, what time is it? what was that? 34 minutes. So let me see, let me check on the back. I'm sitting for 30 minutes. Still have the red in there. I don't think it's gonna do anything for that red. I'll let it sit for a little longer, but I just don't think it's gonna do anything for it. I'll give it like 10 more minutes. Ugh. All right.
I could clearly see that the red tones were still there. It's kind of like this golden color as well. It's actually pretty up close, but not when it's dry.
I'm back, looking like a wet puppy. I know it looks crazy, but it actually is a lot lighter everywhere. So much cleaner palette. There's still some reds in here, but I think that the reds came from the newly bleached hair, which is fine, whatever. But I'm just so stuck. I don't know if I want to keep the lightness or if I want to go caramel. I don't know. I need to think about it. All right, so I've made my decision. I'm going to go darker. I know. I'm sad about it in a way because I think this is the lightest I've ever been able to get my hair, but there's so much red in it still. You guys can't really see it because my hair is wet, but I can see it. I know that there's red in here and I'm not going to be able to tone that. So maybe one day once my hair grows out a little bit more and that color comes out of my hair, maybe I can do it then. But in the meantime, I have some new inspiration photos that I found on Pinterest, and boom, here are the colors again. It's caramel and praline. Praline? What is that? It's basically a light brown and a dark brown. I'm going to mix them together and get like an in-between color. I'm gonna leave the ends blonde, so kind of doing like a ombre effect. It's already highlighted in certain ways, so some strands are going to absorb that color, some strands are gonna not absorb it as much, and it's going to look like a natural highlighted effect. Anyways, so I don't have to do much. I'm just gonna put it throughout my hair. I'm really sad to see the blonde go though, not gonna lie. I also know that if I put any more bleach on my hair and try to get that red out, my hair is gonna fall off. It's already feeling pretty damaged. I'm definitely gonna have to put a mask in it. The Shea Moisture Mask. I'm ready for you, baby. I'm gonna mix these both up 1-to-1 with 10 developer, and I'll show y'all the results.
So to start off, I mixed the dark brown first. I pulled like half of the tube out, and then I did the same thing with the caramel color. I did half of that, so it's kind of like a 1-to-1 mixture. And then I filled the other side up with all of the developer. Looking back at it now, I wish I would have used more of the caramel color and maybe just like a little bit of the darker brown, just so I could get more of a warmth to it and a lighter color. So I didn't spend a lot of time filming this part of it, but basically I just went through the whole head and applied it on thoroughly. But I was so locked in. I had to make sure that this came out good, so I didn't get a lot of this, you guys. I'm sorry. But I think you'll forgive me when you see how it turned out. You guys ready? 3, 2, and 1.
It's cute or whatever. I think I just wasn't expecting it to go so dark, and I kind of feel like I'm back in the beginning, but it's a lot more even. It looks a lot better than the first round that I did, but still, I think I put my hair through a lot of damage that it didn't need to achieve this. If I could do it again, I think I would have just started off with lightening like all of my hair in order to get this result. I feel like this is a good example of what happens when you don't know exactly what you want with your hair. At one point I wanted highlights and dark hair, or like a brown or a chocolate with like highlighted bits in it. Couldn't do it because I had black hair dye in there and there was all these colorations and stuff like that. And then I got to a very, very blonde point, which at first shocked me. I think I was in shock. But after a week of having it, I like fell in love with it. And then I went too dark instead of just toning it. I could have just toned it and had a beach blonde summer this year. But maybe next time. I'm definitely not bleaching my hair again because it was breaking off at the ends. I had to cut my hair a little bit more. So it's still long, but it's a lot shorter than it was. And I had to redo the butterfly cut And so there's a lot more layers in here, but it looks great. It looks so much healthier than like how it was before. So this is it. This is the end of Jazz's hair journey. It's a change. It's light and bright for summer. It's warm. I really do like the color now that it's straightened and stuff, but when it was wet, it looked so dark. I was like, oh my God, what did I just do? I also feel like I could have just went in with the caramel color instead of adding the darkness in there because it got a little darker than I wanted, I think. But it's still cute, I guess. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to replicate it, do it better than how I did and try to avoid the mistakes that I made. Bye, Jazz out.